Hey everyone, today we're going to do something different again. We're going to look at a few Kickstarter campaigns that I've personally been backing that I think a lot of you should know, if not all of you should know. And some of them have been funded, some of them haven't been funded, some of them are and about to end, and some of them are in the middle of going here. So there's a few in here that I really think that people should know about and that haven't been backed yet. And one of them specifically, I'm falling in love with every time I look at the artwork for it. So without further ado here, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So what we have here, let me move the window over a bit. All right. What we have here, the first thing is Mixtape Massacre. I am a huge fan of this game. A huge fan of this game. So this is a director's cut, and this is like the second edition of the game. I have the first edition of Mixtape Massacre. I do not have Escape from Tall Oaks, which can be used in conjunction with Mixtape Massacre to make an even bigger game. But it's a lot of fun. It's set in like a pop culture 80s, like a culty horror movie. A lot of the characters that you play are old 80s horror movie characters. You got icons like, obviously you can see him on screen here, a Jason Voorhees like character. They call him the Legend. You have a Hellraiser character, Hannibal Lecter character, Freddy Krueger, Pennywise the Clown, except they're not called that. And each character has a special ability that differs from everyone else, like completely different. Like no two are almost even close to being the same. And it makes gameplay a lot of fun. So let's take a second here and look at the video. We'll play about a minute of it and see if we can figure out what we're getting ourselves into here.
Welcome back to KIL Shopping Network. I'm your host, Chip Grinder. Our next feature product is the brand new Mixtape Massacre Director's Cut.
Very Chris Farley, I like that.
The Kickstarter. With the game celebrating 5 years since its initial release, the cult favorite game is being reborn with a slew of new features and components to bring the hungry fans an even bloodier good time. Here are some of the features.
Mixtape Massacre Director's Cut comes with a slew of new features. Let's start with updated mechanics and new rules for better gameplay.
Okay,
Updated
I like
profile
that.
cards and more balanced special abilities. Classic knives with screen-printed graphics. A brand new hero out for revenge on the slashers. 10 R-rated deleted scenes. New box art with collector's sleeve. New weapons and other useful supplies, and
Nice.
a whole lot more.
New knives, they say. Crowd, we want to see some of them new knives in action.
These knives do not cut shit. I like that.
Yeah, I'd say those new knives make the cut. But hey, why hear from us when you can hear from a real audience? Hey kids, how we feeling about the new director's cut? Well, kids, what do we think?
This is fucking awesome!
This is fucking awesome. We'll end it there. It, in fact, is fucking awesome. I like this game a lot. I play this game with my wife, and we both like it a lot. So, Mixtape Massacre, like I said, it's like an 80s style horror board game where you can play your favorite horror movie killer, essentially. It's a lot of fun. This looks like it has some new expansions, some new minis. So the director's cut edition. So you have we'll talk a little bit more about it down here. So what's in the box? So here you have 70 scenes / souvenir tokens. So in order to win the game, you either need to kill everyone, collect a certain amount of souvenirs, or well, there's a couple different ways you can play. There's a harder way you can play where you have to get like a certain amount of souvenirs of the same kind based off your character and stuff like that. So the souvenirs are what you want to collect to win the game. The 50 Killer Scene Dude cards, including 10 brand new or rated scenes. So the killer scenes are basically when you go into one of the locations on the map. So like right here, or right here, or right here. It acts as a action. So you throw down the card, that you pick one from the deck, you throw it down, and it will give you certain feats that you need to accomplish, and those feats are accomplished by rolling die. So you roll the numbered die with the pips on it to signify how many blocks you move. You can move up, down, side to side, but you cannot move diagonal. And then so if you pull a Killer Scene Dude card and it says 2 knives and 0 fist or something like that, you roll this and you hope that you get 2 knives. If you get 2 knives, you then discard that card and you get a scene, and you get to put a scene token on that specific spot that you're in, and then you also get to go again because you've successfully gotten the quote-unquote kill. You get 40 supply cards. I haven't played Escape from Tall Oaks, and I don't know if supply cards are in there, but I'm assuming that it is. If not, it's completely new, and that's cool too. 36 health pegs. Every character gets 6 pegs for health. Every character but one. If you die, you're dead. That's it. There is one character that can come back to life. 30 bonus tracks. So these are chances that might help or hurt you. So a bonus track is you might, if someone attacks you or someone goes to attack you, you can use your bonus track and it will negate the attack, or like you can gain more health or you can lose health. It works both ways. 20 supply tracker tokens. I don't know anything about that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. 10 slasher profiles. So your slasher profiles are what tell you about your character, a little history about your character, what special maneuver they can do, whether it be like the legend. I believe it's no matter what, if you get into a brawl with another character, you can use your special ability and you win, period, end of story. 10 slasher character pieces. They're basically your pieces that you move around the board with. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. 6 knife player stations. That's basically where you just set everything up. 6 dice, so you get 1 search die. I don't know anything about that. 2 standard die. These are the ones with the pips. And 3 action die. So on the action die, you have knives, fist, and you have pentagrams. So the knives are what you need to roll if your Killer Scene Dude says that you need to attack. The fists are what you want to roll if you are defending, and your Killer Scene Dude will tell you that it will have like the shape of a fist. And the pentagrams are, if you roll 3 pentagrams, I believe that constitutes a kill. I have to recheck the rules. I haven't played in a little bit, but I know that if you roll triple pentagrams, it's a great thing. Triple fist, not necessarily a good thing. You get the game board and you get the rule book. The artwork in this is awesome. Bright Light Media. It says right here, an award-winning digital design agency compiled of a tight-knit team of designers, developers, creators, and I'm sure there's more. But my favorite comic shop is Third Eye Comics, and I believe that Bright Light Media does the artwork for their store. Because if it wasn't for Third Eye Comics, I would have never heard about Mixtape Massacre. The business is local to the Maryland, Washington, D.C. area, from what I understand. And they do a lot of really, really cool work. Like, I've been to their website and looked at a few things, and some of the things they have on there are really cool. So I pledged at the $100 pack. You get Mixtape Massacre Director's Cut, the base game, Mixtape Massacre Mini Pack, the 10 minis, Hollow's Eve expansion, Producer's Pack box, which I'm guessing is a special box, special to Kickstarter, an enamel pin, a die cut sticker. I'm a sucker for stickers. Kickstarter exclusive killer scene dude cards. Your name in the rulebook. That's cool. And all the stretch goals that have been unlocked. So if we go down to the bottom here, let's go back to the top. They're at 94,273. 12 days to go. They've more than doubled their goal. And any money that goes into this, I'm sure, goes to make more expansions and games and help, get more creators in. Let's see here. These are all the things that come in. Yeah, you can come to the page and watch the creators talk about the game. Here's some new things updated. Well, they told us all this in the videos here. Plastic knives. I'm very excited about the plastic knife thing because the ones that come in are they're like a heavy duty cardboard in the original game, but it was hard to get the cards in. B, when you had to get the cards out, you bent the knives and it didn't look fresh anymore. Like as soon as we opened the game, the first knife that I used, it bent, and on Twitter I saw they were making these wooden knives that were for use in gameplay, and I really wanted to get those, but they got snatched up so quick. Here we go, the creators talking about it. How to play the game, attacks and defenses. Yeah, so here's an attack. So I'm not sure about the noise icon here, but if this wasn't there, you would have to get 2 knives to get 1 souvenir. Sometimes it's 2 knives for 2 souvenirs, or even 1 knife for 2 souvenirs, depending on what the scene is laying out for you. So if it's 2 drunken people don't know where they are, and you're sneaking up behind them, and that's what's happening in the scene, it might be a 1 knife for 2 souvenirs kind of deal. And for this one is a defense. So this is a health loss, and this is a fist icon. So in order for this one, you have to roll at least 1 fist. If you don't, you lose 1 health point. Some more things here that I've never seen because I haven't played it. Escape from Tall Oaks. It looks cool though. Brawls. This is if you're ever in the same place with another killer, you have to basically roll to see who wins, and if you lose, you have to go to the closest knife point, which is the beginning of the game. How to win: be the first to rack up 10 souvenirs or more, or be the last one alive. Game also includes 3 alternative modes of play, so I mean you can play this game in a bunch of different ways. Okay, so here's what comes with the pledge levels. Slasher mini pack, so it's going to have cool little minis in my piece. The deluxe edition, the producer's pack. This is what I'll be getting here. Comes in a cool box. I'm excited. I'll do an unboxing when it comes in. Really, really cool. I like it a lot. I can't wait for it. I love Mixtape Massacre. It is a very, very fun game. It's super easy to learn, too. Super easy to learn. Okay, so the next thing, and I'm kind of very excited to talk about this because it hasn't gotten a lot of traction, surprisingly. And that is Questaros. So Questaros is something that I've never really come in contact with before. I've heard of them before, but I've never of these types of games before, but I've never actually played one or seen one. So Questaros is a 1 to 6 player trick-taking game with solo variant, a fully functional tarot deck, a RPG fate deck, and a deck of many things, and 5 fun uses. So let's go ahead and take a look at the video here and again see what we're getting ourselves into. Look at that Joker or Goblin or whatever jester this is. So cool looking. So cool looking. Canadian, eh?
Welcome to the mythical world of Questaros, filled with magic and danger. Your fate lies in the cards.
I love that, how it said Questaros and then you flip it upside down, it says Questaros. I like that.
It's a 2 to 6 player strategic trick-taking card game where you will strive to earn the most points through a combination of sheer force and subtle estimations. Questaros is also a solitaire game where you take on the role of Eero the Goblin as he strives to slay the powerful dragon that threatens the world. Questaros is a complete 78-card tarot deck inspired by the traditional Rider-Waite deck, able to support tarot readings in all traditional formats. Questaros can also be used as a thematic fate deck for any fantasy role-playing game, be it a mass-market dungeon crawler or an independent RPG zine. No matter which way you plan to use this deck, the stylish fantasy art full of tarot imagery will make it an eye-pleasing and entertaining experience. Support the creation of this game by backing us today.
Do it. Do it. I suggest doing it. One of my fellow Baltimoreans, John DeCampos, worked on this project. And that's not necessarily the reason why I'm talking about this. Mainly the reason I'm talking about this because I think the artwork's really cool. But I know that John did some artwork on this. I'm not exactly sure what he did, but it doesn't really matter because everything that I've seen is super awesome looking. I mean, look at this devil here. That's so badass. So for $25 US, you get the game. And in the game, you get 78 tarot size playing cards, 75 sheet score pad, acrylic jester token, tarot size 40-page rulebook, and a magnetic lid game box. Something to keep it safe. I mean, look at the artwork on this. It's freaking awesome. I backed at the 55 Canadian, which is 44 US dollars. Which basically get 2 of the games. So what I'm going to do is, hopefully this gets funded, I would keep one for myself, and then I would do a giveaway for the other one, because I think that people need to see this game. It's really cool. It looks like a lot of fun, a lot of different uses. You got some people, Jesse at Quackalope approves it. See who else we got here. Look at me. Look at this artwork. Knight of Orbs. That's really cool. That spider scares me. This is awesome. King of Orbs. That is cool. Oh, that's the throne. I thought that was the character. Damn. I like that. That's really cool. Again, artwork in this is killer. I'd like to know what John did on this. I'm in the process of talking to the creator of this game, hoping that we can do an interview to learn a little bit more about it, because I'm kind of intrigued here. I want to know more about how to play and the different modes of play. Well, it tells us right here how to play. So there's a bunch of different ways you can play. Obviously, you can use this as a regular tarot deck. The rule book's here. Yeah, this is one of those ones that I don't really know why it hasn't been backed yet. I mean, it's at a little over $6,000, and the goal is $14,667. A lot of time, effort, and you can tell a lot of love went into this. The artwork in this is really good. To be quite honest, I'm not surprised why this isn't already backed 100% or even more. It's only got 9 days to go, so let's see what we can do about helping get this funded, because this is a freaking amazing. Like, I can't draw that. I can't draw any of this stuff. I can barely write my name. So I think it's a really cool game. If not even for playing, just for looking at, to be honest. It's super cool. So that's Questaros. I suggest anyone who has $25 and they're looking for something new, $25 US dollars and looking for something new, go back it. Every dollar helps. Any kind of creator, every dollar helps. The next is not a game, but it's a comic. It is called Green Inferno, The World Celebrates Your Demise, a 200-page anthology of original horror fiction and comics from an international group of creators. This is almost at its pledge level of $9,500 US. It's at $8,097. I backed it earlier today. I thought it was cool. It popped up on Facebook. And I'm like, wow, this reminds me of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. And I'm a big fan of Swamp Thing. Well, anything DC Comics, really. I'm a big fan. Let's take a look at it here. animation's so cool. Oh, damn. Like that? Trash is coming to get ya. Green Inferno. Anthology of horror. Like it. I like that. Cool concept too. Kind of like the world is taking everything back, and it's killing what's killing it. I find that intriguing. 85% of the way to its goal. We could make it happen. It's 5 more days left. 160 backers. We could make it happen. So, quick synopsis here. 2020 bathed us all in a litany of real-world horror that needs no recounting here. No doubt you suffered through your fair share of it. Corruption, injustice, rage, and contagion have carved any remaining shreds of your lingering naivete into sharp, cruel focus. Lurking just out of focus, however, on the periphery of your collective vision, is a stark realization. Our planet's tolerance for mankind has reached its burning point. Earth is at the end of its rope. The world celebrates your demise. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Turbulent times paved the way for new voices to be heard. With that in mind, Green Inferno claws its way into the scene to stake its claim in a new world of horror. Green Inferno invites 18 unique voices from all around the world to share their dark visions with you. Lucky you. Yeah, I'm digging it. Literary horror and underground comics collide in a terrifying miasma that we call terrestrial horror. Tales of terror bound only by constraints of our angry world. So yeah, the Earth is taking back what is rightfully theirs. It's coming to take away the infection, the contagion to the Earth. Don't want to get too political there, but yeah, you can see where this go with that. I pledge at the $25 tier. It's just a printed version, probably a softcover print. There is a hardcover print down here, I believe, as well. I think there's a hardcover print. A bunch of things that you can back for this. Yeah, I think this is going to be cool. An anthology. Black. I don't know if it's going to be in black and white or if there's going to be color, if this is just testers or whatever. This drew me in. This is what did it for me. I really like this. I really like that. It's something very strange, yet I feel like I might have seen this guy before. You know what I mean? Here's some more of the artwork, where the pledges are going, the contributors. A lot of really good artwork here. Yeah, a lot of really good artwork here. I think that this one could easily be back too. I think more people need to know about it. Like I said, whatever their ad campaign was, it found its way onto my Facebook, and that's what drew me over there. So the last one is something that I'm really excited to talk about because I'm not a D&D person at all. Quite frankly, I try to stay away from playing D&D. But here it is. It's called The Darkest House. A descent into horror for 5e or any RPG that will make your campaign and characters better optimized for an awesome online experience. So this one started on March 16th. It's ending April 2nd. So that's only, 2 weeks? Its goal was $45,000. It's at $131,897 with 6 days to go. And it just keeps getting higher every single day. So, The Darkest House is one of those things, along with a zine that was created or that was kickstarted during Zine Quest called Tomb of Immolation that really make me want to play 5e. But the cool thing about this is it's not stuck to 5e. We'll talk about that a little more. So here's a little video.
All worlds touch the house. The house has an origin wrapped in pain, longing, and misery. The house is older than most of the worlds it intrudes upon. Perhaps it is an infection that spreads throughout the worlds. Perhaps it is an entity constantly worming and seeping its way into new universes. Perhaps the worlds need the house somehow. Perhaps it is where they store away their own pain, emptiness, and misery. The Darkest House is a digital product designed specifically to the needs of running and playing games online, and built to take maximum advantage of that mode of play. Think of it like an RPG book reimagined to be as useful as possible in the online environment. Every image and map is conveniently shareable and downloadable. Each encounter is formatted to your screen, giving you everything you need in a single view.
Yeah, this is cool.
Text to share with the players is easily copied with a single click. A rich network of hyperlinks makes navigation simple and intuitive.
No.
So this is just a quick how you use it in play. This is really neat.
And here is what she looks like.
So right there, he just clicked it, copied it into their chat, so everyone can see what the
we are
the
in
creature
so much
looks
trouble.
like.
But it gets worse. She pulls one of those skeletal things clinging to her, and she hurls it at you, Charles. As it flies down the stairway, its little skeletal hands are grabbing in the air. And you're going to have to make a roll to avoid being hit by this.
Okay. All right, I have an 8 and a rating of 4, so that's 12, and the house does not act.
What? Who said that?
The skeleton is small. It must be like that of a child. And it's only the upper half. But still, it grabs hold of you and tears into your shirt and bites with its little teeth.
No thanks.
Somebody's whispering in my ear.
That's really cool. That's cool how it's so streamlined. Everything's so streamlined. So here's a quick story. The house on the outskirts of town is sitting empty behind a crumbling wall. The one people whisper about, the one that's gone unlived in for years. Sometimes a few hardy souls creep in, it is said, to see treasures or secrets that they can find. Most find nothing, just an empty old house. Some return shaken. A few don't return at all. You've seen this house before. If not in this city, then in some other. You've heard the rumors, and if you haven't, well, someday you'll find you. What happens to a house when it sits alone for many long years? What jealousies and hatreds does it quietly nurture? What whispers echo through the empty hallways? What waits, crouched within the dark rooms, hungering for a return of life? For you. So this is the Darkest House. It says it's 5e compatible and Cypher System compatible. It says made for your current campaigns, whether it be 5e or Cypher System or anything else. I think this would be cool for Call of Cthulhu in that type of setting, or maybe like a East Texas University. Change some things around. Everybody goes into a creepy haunted house. You know, I think it's really cool, and for what it is right now for a virtual tabletop play, I think that it is. This is exactly the time that something like this should have been made. You know, the reason I got back into playing games was because I couldn't hang out with friends or anything, so we just turned to the internet and tried to create a small little community of, you know, like-minded people, and you know, we all treat each other good, and we all like to have fun with games. We all like horror, and this is a horror 5e campaign that I'm willing to get back into D&D and play this, even if it says for any system. You know, I'll learn 5e to play this. So these are all the stretch goals. I mean, they've crushed all these goals. There's only one more, and it's got 6 more days to go. It'll probably hit that last stretch goal. the virtual art in this, really, really good. I like how you can easily get rid of handouts and send people pictures, and you can click on certain parts of the room that people can investigate, and it gives you more drop-down boxes, and it just makes, as a GM or as a keeper or whatever system that you use, it looks like it makes things a lot more easier. Yeah, so it says right here, use the Darkest House in conjunction with your preferred online TTRPG platform. Run your game in Zoom or Discord. Use a virtual tabletop like Roll20 or Astral. Only the GM needs a copy of the Darkest House. So, luckily for the people that play on Rollers of Relay Discord, that will be me, I guess. So, yeah, I look forward to playing this. I think it's going to be really cool. And you can even test it out down here at the bottom. Like, they have a, right here, try it. You can download it for Mac or Windows, and just try it out. Yeah, I think it's going to be killer. I think it's going to be really cool. And I hope like it's one of those things that they do updates for as it goes forward, and maybe make some like maybe have some more pre-made like scenario material in there to kind of mix things up. It does say in the Kickstarter that there's so much that replayability. It's not all just one thing, this, and this. You can just keep replaying it, and it offers so many different things. So I just pledge at the regular level, and you get the Darkest House. I don't know if it's going to come in an app. I'd imagine so, if you have to download something, but I don't know. Okay, preview of the app. So it's going to be an app, which is neat. I'm down with it. Yeah, so that is the Darkest House. And Diana from Bard and Barbarian told me about this. I'm a big horror person. Horror is like a way of life for me. I love being scared, and I love trying to see what scares me more. So this is very cool. Looking forward to this. Definitely looking forward to this. That's creepy, but I wish I was in that house with all those cats. Yeah. So that is the Kickstarter run through. I just wanted to show some people some things that I was backing. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun, all these different games. And Green Inferno, even though it's a comic, looks really cool. Some cool ideas in that as well that I look forward to reading. Another thing, too, there's a couple more days in March. You can still use code ROLLERSMAR, ROLLERSMAR, at checkout from dieharddice.com to get 10% off of your order. Every time you use that code, not only do you get 10% off, but you're also helping a small podcast to help bring more content to you. And that's what I really want to do. I want to share games with people. I want to keep interviewing people, and just continue to grow and to find out more. Really, I'm learning with the people that are watching this. So like, it means a lot to me for the people that do watch and that do give suggestions and comment on videos. And I hope to have some more actual plays out for you soon. Being an adult and regular every day, it's tough. Everybody has families, and it's hard to get some time together. But real life always comes first, and I make sure to hold true to that. So if you're watching this, thank you so much. If you're listening to this, thank you so much. I really appreciate all the patronage to the Discord server, people who use the code, people who just talk to me online. Also, you can find more of our social media presence, and you can find our like a Ko-fi page for donations. That also helps support the podcast, YouTube page, podcast feeds, all that stuff. If you go to Linktr.ee /rollersofrlyeh, that's our Linktree page, and it's got everything there. All different. We got a few affiliates. Die Hard Dice is on there. I look forward to seeing what we can do and to see the new things that we can do together. So thank you, everyone.